This is the Recycling, Scrap Metal, Commodities, and Economic Report, November 25th, 2024. U.S. weekly raw steel production fell to 1.62 million tons, down 3.8% from last year, and down 2.1% year-to-date on continued slow U.S. manufacturing. WTI crude oil price rose to $71.08 a barrel on the intensifying conflict in Ukraine, also on good U.S. demand but poor Eurozone economic data. U.S. weekly crude oil production fell to 13.2 million barrels per day as production is working to recover from the recent storms. The U.S. weekly oil rig count rose to 479, staying in a range so as not to overproduce. Scrap steel number one HMS price. Note we're using a new index. It was steady at $316.67 a gross ton on steady but slow U.S. and global demand. Also on the strong U.S. dollar, which is hurting U.S. scrap exports. Hot rolled coil steel price fell to $34 per hundredweight, which is $6.80 a ton on slow U.S. demand. Copper price rose slightly to $4.08 a pound, but it's down in recent months. This was on a two-year high in the U.S. dollar and concerns over future higher inflation, which could be driven by possible coming tariffs. Aluminum price fell slightly to $1.19 a pound, which is $26.35 a metric ton on the Chinese ending rebates on aluminum exports. Also on bauxite near a record high on supply disruptions. U.S. dollar versus other global currencies. When the U.S. dollar rises, commodities priced in U.S. dollars is pressured lower. It rose to 107.5, the highest level in over 2 years. This was on weak Eurozone economic data, while there is strong U.S. economic data. U.S. October housing starts fell to 1.31 million annualized, lower than the 1950s 70 years ago. Actual activity fell sharply due to the hurricanes, also on relatively high interest rates and high home prices, but increasing supply. U.S. November S&P Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index rose to 48.8, but remember, under 50 is contraction. Production fell faster, but the loss of new orders eased. Longer lead times were linked to purchases before possible tariffs. U.S. November S&P Composite Purchasing Managers Index, as in services and manufacturing combined. It rose to 55.3, the strongest growth in over 2 years. But there is uneven growth with manufacturing in contraction, as we just discussed, while services are rising. New orders rose, inflation eased, and expectations in the coming year rose. University of Michigan November consumer sentiment was revised lower to 71.8, but it's the highest in 7 months. Post-election interviews were actually lower than pre-election on concerns about the coming economic agenda. Wall Street's Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 852 points to 44,297, a new record close driven by the goods services economy. And it's up again this morning. Gondola trailers, open-top trailers by Ben Lee, 96 inches high, 48 feet long. Tandem axle are back in stock. Heavy duty but light hard ox floors and walls. 53 foot long, other heights, and other axle configurations are available. This report by Greg Brown is brought to you by Bentley Roll-Off Trailers, Gondola Trailers, Crush Car Trailers, Lugger Trucks, Dump Truck Parts, Roll-Off Trailer Parts, and of course Roll-Off Truck Parts for Galbraith, Galfab, American, Dragon, G&H, and more. As always, feel free to call or email me with any questions, and we hope all have a safe and profitable week and a great Thanksgiving.